Okay. Right, this will be a bit of a challenging one to do. We'll see if we can make this one look good. See how big we're going to make this. Going to give it a background colour. Going to make it yellow. Just to be a bit of contrast. Actually, I was thinking of reducing those colours, not reducing them, but not pumping them up as high, but oh well, we'll see how we go. If we can make this one look good. This one's a challenging one. It's got a lot of metallic lettering, so you can see there in the blue, we want those metallic areas to reflect. I'm wondering, I think yellow may not go, even though yellow's the happy colour. We got yellow in the gold, so I'm thinking we're going to change it to a colour. We're going to make, oh, it didn't beep. That's strange. Yeah, it happens every now and then. Strange things happen to photocopiers. But anyway, enough of that. Magenta will be our background colour for the word happy, which is kind of ironic because a bit strange because yellow is the colour I associate with happiness and blue tends to be the sad colour or the depressing colour. So I'm just going to take this and we're going to curve it up so we can show off the metallic parts of the image. I'm just wondering, it's just a bit bigger than A5 along both ways, so let's see how we go. We're just going to play with that, keep it in play. We're just going to try and give the metallic areas a bit of a showing. So let's see how we go with. We're going to just use my camera hand to push the button. So let's see how this goes. Okay, let's see how we've made that look. Yeah, that looks quite nice. You can see, I don't know, happy's become that colour, magenta. You can just see the reflections at the edge. I don't think I made much of a difference reflection-wise, just a bit there as well. I'm wondering if we're going to make it into a movement demo instead of just still. So I'm just going to maybe... trying to think where I'm going to put my hand. I think I'm going to put my hand down here and we're just going to slip and slide this. So we're just going to use my camera hand once again to push the button and we're just going to make it a bit slippy and slidey. Let's see how that worked. I'm just trying to, yeah, it's good to be experimental when you're doing this sort of work, something different. Got to do stuff differently from time to time at least. Anyway, that looks interesting. The word happy lost its background colour, unfortunately, but you can see the reflection in the blue areas, which is really nice, and the distortion. So, wondering if we're going to do another one and see if we can make it even better. I don't know. It's not an easy thing to do. It'd be nice if the word happy had the colour still on it. So I'm just going to put my hand there, use the camera hand to press the button, and maybe just twist my hand that way and see how that worked. Now the sun's back out again. We haven't had any, I don't think we've had our rain yet. It looks like it was going to rain. Anyway, that looks interesting. You can see some of the there. You can see the word happy has some colour in it, but there's no magenta. There's none of that magenta like in the first version. But I'm thinking we could make this one into a nice mirror image. It actually fills up almost the whole page. I don't need to enlarge. So we're just going to send this off to someone and, like donate it. not throw it away. I purchased these cards, so I want to have a good use for them, and that is to give to someone who may not have as much money, or I'm going to give it to somebody to give to other people. So yeah, so now we're just going to see what we can do with this. Now we can just switch off the enlargement, see what we can do here. We just turn that off. Okay. Going to add more contrast here. Going to add a little bit of darkness, but not that much, just a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can make this into a nice 4-way mirror image. I'm actually wondering how this is going to look. I want the word happy to look white if I could, instead of grey. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yeah, the word happy looks grey, but you can see the nice colours around the edge, and the rest of it looks really nice. So I'm wondering if we're going to do something to make the word happy look less grey. We want happy to look happy if we can. So one of the things we can do is go to background removal. It's at the standard. We're going to take out most of the background. Hopefully it won't affect areas that are good, that look good, because sometimes when you do correct one thing you end up stuffing up the rest of it. So you got to take into it, you got to work out what's worth tweaking and what's worth whatever. There's always a trade-off somewhere. And yeah, that still looks like the word happy looks just as grey. Maybe a little less grey than the first, a little less grey. So I'm wondering if we're going to take our background colour out even further. See if we can push it down even further. So now we're just going to go here, and we're going to take it all the way light. See how that looks. But it might pull out some of the nice nuances in other areas, so to speak. So let's see if this gets rid of the grey, like the clouds in the sky. But we need the clouds in the sky because Australia is crying out for rain instead of the fucking drought that we've got. But that looks a bit less grey than that, so maybe that's a good compromise. I'm just trying to think which part's going to be the centre. I think that's going to be the centre. Many happy returns. Okay, so now just wondering, I'm just not sure what to do sometimes. So let's see, we're going to be a prolongated demo. Okay, there's our second version image of the quadrant. Okay, we're just going to line these up as best as we can. There's a lot of curling on this one. It's a bit of a nuisance. I think it's also the bedding as well as that creases in there. Just make things more troublesome. So let's just try that now. Now the crease is on the edge there. I'm just going to move it away. Sounds like we're talking about cricket, because there's a term in cricket called the crease. You hear them talking about it all the time. I don't watch TV very often now. The only time I watch TV is when I'm in a coffee shop and there happens to be one, or if I'm in a waiting room and the same thing applies. But when you're talking regularly watching it, actually watching it, it's almost like I don't. Just the rare occasion when it's in a public place. I just have no interest anymore. I just don't care. I'm sick of it. I've got better things to do, more interesting, more stimulating things, like making these videos for YouTube. Much more exciting. So let's see how we go. So yeah, this demo is prolongated, as usual, as it often is. But I think I know what's going to make a good centerpiece. It's this little leaf. No, not that leaf. This leaf. So that looks really nice. And you just got the fingers making a little intrusion there, but yeah, they look interesting in a funny sort of a way. So we're just going to use the fingers to line it up. So just a little bit on the crooked side, just get it out a bit. It's not easy getting this nicely aligned, so I'm just going to try and drag this one out a bit, but not too much. It's not easy getting this as neat as possible. Okay, I think we can I think that's it, but that looks really nice. Many happy returns.